looking at my computer. June 23rd, 2024. And it's just before 5 a.m. We're going to read from uh, Wayne Dyer's, not so much translation as his interpretation of the Tao Te Ching. This is from his, I believe, 2007 book, uh, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And what Wayne Dyer did was he lived it out. He wrote about it every day, and he, instead of writing, it's a how-to manual. So instead of writing his translation of the Tao, what he wanted to do was write his inspiration, interpretation of the Tao, how it was being expressed through him through the course of that year. And then it seemed for the rest of his life, he really did surrender to the Tao. For those who are familiar with Wayne Dyer, in the 70s, he was a very, very prominent guest in the late night talk show rounds. He wrote the bestseller, Your Erroneous Zones, and he was a very sort of in-your-face individual, strong views on almost egocentric views. No, I don't say that in a bad way. Through the course of his writing career, through the course of his life, there was profound change, and he just opened up and opened up and opened up to the purity of what is beyond the ego. And this is one of his last books. He passed away in 2015. He might have written 4 or 5 other books, 3 or 4 other books after this, but all of them were very, his books from the 80s on were, you could see that shift that he was going through. Anyway, it took me a while I've had this book since it came out in paperback, and it took me a while to finally come to it for whatever reason. And oddly, it's coinciding with my return to A Course in Miracles, which is another book that I have worked through for decades and decades and decades. Maybe not that many decades. Finally completing it in 2009, but not able to live it. And now it feels like I'm being called to open up and live it, to express myself as the Tao, and to just let go and let go and let go, to forgive and allow and surrender. It seems to be where things are going, but we'll see. It is not, it's a path that I tread lightly with forgiveness for myself and all the mistakes that I am bound to make. So let's dive into the Tao. This is verse 24. If you stand on tiptoe, you cannot stand firmly. If you take long steps, you cannot walk far. Showing off does not reveal enlightenment. Boasting will not produce accomplishment. He who is self-righteous is not respected. He who brags will not endure. All these ways of acting are odious, distasteful. They are superfluous excess. They are like a palm in the stomach. They are like a pain in the stomach, a tumor in the body. When walking the path of the Tao, this is the very stuff that must be uprooted, thrown out, and left behind. This is, as always, the Tao sums everything up right at the end. When walking the path of the Tao, this is the very stuff that must be uprooted, thrown out, and left behind. And what they're saying is, it's not the ego that's bad. Ego just is. It doesn't even have a real existence. It's a stream of thoughts that we have in the mind. And what the Tao is asking of us, what A Course in Miracles asks for us, what meditation and yoga asks for us, is look beyond the ego. Emperor Wang says, "What's up, my dude? Not much, my friend. How are you?" And Jasmine Perez is here. Jasmine's waving hi. Jasmine, how are you? So, hey, we don't fight the ego because that just provides ego a battleground. We just recognize it. We see beyond it, and we smile because we're going to get caught up. We're going to get caught up in the ego every single day. And then we're going to say, man, I thought I was beyond this. Only to realize that we are never beyond anything. You can't be beyond life. And you can't really be beyond ego, which doesn't exist. How do you get beyond something that doesn't exist? So we just keep surrendering. And to be honest, we don't even do the surrendering. We just smile as it happens, as life proceeds and goes on. That's what Lao Tzu is saying in the Tao, is just give yourself to the Tao. Just give yourself to life. Just give yourself to the love that is the reality which allows the ego to surface at all. Let's see, Emperor Wang says, how good to see you again. Or I'm sorry, Emperor Wang says, chillin', I let go my ego. Awesome. I work on it. To be honest, nowadays I don't even work on it. I just smile at it. Let's see. Noxie says, good to see you again. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, my friend. Diego says hi. Diego says, what are you doing? I'm reading a little bit from the Tao Te Ching, talking about, it's verse 24 that I read today. Verse 24 is about living without excess, not boasting about our accomplishments, not getting caught up in the chase, but always returning back to the purity of who we are, which is just awareness. We are aware of the ego, we're aware of the pursuit of happiness, we're aware of what they say in the Tao, the 10,000 things, which is the way of life. And we could also say that awareness is simply love. There was a book that came out in the late 70s, Love is Letting Go of Fear. The opposite of love isn't hatred. The opposite of love is fear. But as they say in A Course in Miracles, even fear doesn't really exist, because how could love have an opposite? But we live a very fearful life sometimes. We fear that we don't have enough. We fear that we're not going to get ahead. We fear that someone else is going to get more than we do. We fear we're going to lose something. We fear we're going to get old. We fear all kinds of stuff. So we go through life with that sense of fear, and it just bogs us down. It weighs us down. The only way through fear, though, is through love and forgiveness. And when we're forgiving, I don't mean we're forgiving other people. I don't even mean we're forgiving ourselves. It means that we're forgiving our belief that we are living in fear. We're forgiving the illusion of fear. And as we forgive, we keep returning back to love, and return back to love, and return back to love, because that's always present. If you prefer the term God, use it. Many people just prefer the term love. It's synonymous. It's the same thing. Diego says, nice. Good. Thank you, my friend. Emperor Rank says, how would you handle intense regret? You know what? Just my thoughts on the matter. We don't need to handle anything. Intense regret is present. It's there. If we try to handle it, we just make it worse. If we try to handle it, we get bogged down into it. How about if we just recognize it and say that it's present? And then we look at it and we realize that in this moment, though, in this moment, what is truly, truly present is whatever it is that we regret. Is it in this moment itself? Or is the memory of the moment right here, right now? If it's just a memory, we can love ourselves through it. Knowing that in that moment, whatever it is that occurred, whatever caused that moment that we now regret, we simply did the best we could. And if we could have done it better, we would have. We always love to play that what if. What if I was smarter? What if I was taller? What if I was better looking? What if I had more knowledge? What if I did this differently? What if I did that differently? But we can't go back in time and do anything differently. However, we can change the course of time right now by forgiving that moment. Forgiveness is simply saying that that moment no longer exists. It's over. It's gone. What you have right now is the present moment. And it never goes away. Present moment is always here. Diego says, I'm going to subscribe to you. Thank you, my friend. He says, we love you. I love you too. Diego says, I'm going to subscribe to you. That's very much appreciated. Eric Lapointe is here. Good morning, Yogi. Good morning, Eric Lapointe. You going live this morning, Eric? I'm going to head out and take my walk in a few minutes, and then if you're still live, I'll try to tune in. I'm going to assume that Sunday is your day off. Not your day off from burpees, but your day off. Eric Lapointe says, not sure, maybe. Well, I'll try to check it out either way. I usually take my walk, and then I have something to eat, and then I do my own burpees. It's a day off. It's a good day. Spend time with your family. I would say get out in nature, but you're always out in nature. So again, verse 24, Tao Te Ching, is simply asking us to recognize the excess of the path. We think we're accumulating spiritual knowledge. We think we're accumulating the keys to enlightenment, the keys to awareness, the keys to whatever. There is no key to enlightenment. There is no accumulating knowledge. Because how do you accumulate knowledge? You can accumulate information, but information isn't knowledge. Information is just stuff that we remember, and it's helpful at times, but don't confuse it with knowledge. Here's what knowledge is. Knowledge is pure intelligence. And every morning you wake up in a field of pure intelligence. Every morning you wake up and your body knows just what to do. Your eyes know when to open. Your heart knows when to beat. Your lungs know when to take a breath. You wake up to the pure abundance of the universe itself. You never have to question, where's the air going to come from? Where's the sun going to come from? So why question, where is love going to come from? Why question, where is, decades and decades ago, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, founder of Transcendental Meditation, when he wanted to open up his university in Fairfax or Fairfield, I don't remember, Iowa. He was asked, well, where's the money going to come from? And he laughed. He was known as the giggling guru. And he said, from wherever it is right now, it'll just come. Whatever you need, it's already in existence. Where is it going to come from? Wherever it is right now. So we just proceed upon the path, whatever that path might be for us, one step at a time, one moment at a time, recognizing that this moment right now is the only moment that exists. So guys, I'm going to head out. I'm going to take my walk. I'm going to see what is out and about, what nature holds for me. It's always something. I appreciate you guys joining in. I'll be around. Let's see, Furry for Life. So cool. Thank you, my friend. Dago says, okay, and bye. Goodbye, my friend. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by and subscribing. Hey, if you get an opportunity, leave a comment so I can subscribe back. Would love to make that connection, my friend. Eric Point says, have a good walk and another great live. Thank you, my friend. Eric, I'll see you later. Everyone have a good day. Take care.